Hi, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to learn how we can install Laravel on our system with the database configured and everything works perfectly fine without any issue. Okay, so here we have the Laravel. So let's open the docs, and here you can see the starter kits. Starter kits will help you to get started with Laravel. Okay, so let's just scroll down. So here we have a simple Laravel installation instructions. Okay, that's it. And we have starter kits. First one is React, second one is Solid, third is Vue, and fourth is Laravel. So you can choose whatever you want, but I'm going to start with React here. Okay. If you have any other preference, you can simply choose that. So here is the React folder structure. So that will be easy to install. So let hit back to Claude and let's try to understand how we can get started with it. So first thing what you need is a WAMP server. Sorry, WAMP server. If you don't have a local environment for a WAMP server, you just need to install this WAMP server. Okay, from there. I have already had that WAMP server here. So here we have that. So let me just open this localhost PHP environment. So why we need a WAMP server? So basically the WAMP server is used to create databases. Okay, because we are using the database for our project. So for that, we need a localhost environment to PHP environment server. Next thing, what we need is Composer. So simply get there, Composer down. So simply you choose this website, getcomposer.org. So you will get that Composer download here. So simply follow this Composer exe setup, and you will download this, and it will get you to step by step. Okay. So third thing is we need to install Laravel. Install Laravel using Composer. So you need to choose this one. So it's a simple project. You need to use Composer, create project, Laravel, and project name. Simple. Okay. So let's get started with Cloud Code. And here we can see, help me install Laravel project with starter kit of React. Okay, so it will help you to give you the step by step instructions so you can simply install the Laravel in it. Make sure first you have the WAMP server, second you have the database, third you have the Composer, fourth you have the Laravel installed. Okay, so here we have the prerequisite. This we already covered that. For that, it will automatically do that. To create a project, we need Laravel new/app. So here we have the folder. So simply we open the Git Bash here. So we will start with Laravel new. Let's call this as a React app. Okay. First is Laravel. Second is new for new project. Third is the starter kit name. So do you want to use the starter kit? We will yes use that. We need React for that, and we for the authentication system we are going to use Laravel. Okay. So what would like support application? We don't need any of that for now. So it's starting to install everything. So let me check what we have here. Okay, so SQL fine, light will be the starter project. After that, we will move on to MySQL and Postgres. So in our case, we already have a MySQL here. So let's just go to the databases and try to create a new database here. So let's say React Laravel. Name this. Simply create that database. And here you will see the database has been successfully created. So now move on to Claude and open our terminal. So it's currently installing. So let me just pause the video and get back to you when it's done. Okay, so here we need to define the authentication method. So we will start simply use password confirmation. Okay, so this will be the authentication method because we are not going to use like a email verification or two-factor authentication. Although we can do that, but still at that particular stage, we are not going to focus on that. So let's complete the installation. So now we are starting again. Here we have everything configured, but we don't want any AI agent. So I just terminate the session here. Okay. So let me just seed into my app. My app name is React. So here we are in the our project. Okay. So next thing it says to just simply npm install and build. So let's just copy this, paste here, and let the composer install everything. So npm packages are installing, and after that it will start building the project. So we'll check if there is any issue or not. So after that we need to run composer run down. So simply composer run down it. Sorry, my mistake. Yes, composer run down. So it will start the backend and the React server as well, because we use the React server. So that way, for that purpose, we need two commands: PHP artisan serve for Laravel and npm run dev. So for the front end. Okay. So let's just open this into URL. So our URL is 8000. So here you can see our Laravel is successfully scanning and creating dependency. So at the first run, it will might take like a 10 second or something, but after that, it will be super fast. So almost there. So okay, SSR welcome. So here you can see the Laravel default installed here with React starter kit. Okay. So here we are don't have any like login credentials because we are not currently using any database. We are using the SQLite database. Okay. Here, if you can see, you will see open the database. You will see this. So let me just open this here. So currently we are using this. So it's an encrypted database as per MySQL. Okay. So for that, let's go back to there, open the .env file and add our database configuration here. So as you can remember, we have already created a database name called React Laravel. So let me just put it here. So DB connection, I don't want SQLite now. I want MySQL. Port everything, host everything looks good. Database name is this. Username is this. I'm using the same password here. We need to uncomment this so that we can, so that our credential can be easily readable through the env file. Earlier, it is already commented. Whenever you see a hashtag in front of the line, so that means it's commented. Okay, make sure database name, username, root. So in my case, I have a username called root and password is same. But most of the cases when you use WampServer, the password will always be blank, nothing in it. But for some reason, I'm just trying to play around with the WampServer, so I just created a password with it. Okay, no issue with that. Okay. So let's jump back to Claude. Okay, so let me just check what we have here. Okay, now I want to connect my SQL. Okay, so that way it will give you the instructions so that you can easily connect your database to Laravel project. Okay, so straightforward. We have already created that. So scroll down. We don't need that. We already done that. So after that, we need this clear the cache. So let me just Control C to terminate the current process. Now we need PHP artisan configure colon clear. We need to run the migration so that our whole data can be easily imported into our database. So it will migrate everything. Then if you want to clean a state point entry point, you just need to fresh seed. So it will automatically delete any other table from the database. So I believe we have already do that. Okay. For live check query, we can use this so that it can show us everything, whatever it needs. Okay. So let me just refresh the database and see if there are tables here or not. So here are the database. So here we can see the default tables. Okay. So now we need to create an admin user. We need to create an admin user. So for that, we also need to follow some steps to it so that we can easily log in and log out to our admin file. So as you can see, currently it's terminated because we have already terminated the connection. Okay, so we need PHP Artisan Tinker paste here. After that, we need to put this function here. So for temporary basis, we are using admin@example.com, and for password, we are using password. So let me just hit enter. You can always edit those credentials whenever you want, but there is no issue with that. Okay, better way as seeder. So you do that as well. After that, looks good, looks good, looks good. So let me just refresh this, and here you can see we already have a user. Perfect. So let me just terminate this. Composer run dev. So it will start our environment again so that we can simply try and check if login credential is working perfectly or not. So let me just give them a refresh. So it started. Okay. The backend PHP Artisan server started at here. And for the front end, okay, it started here. So let me just give them the one more refresh here. Okay, the file icon is loading. SSR script module graph is still warming up. So it might take like a 10 to 20 seconds, depend on the configuration of your system, whatever you have here. So here we have that. So let me just try the login. So simply click on the login. Example. Sorry, what was that? I forgot. Admin at that. Admin at that example.com. Password is password. So let me just remember that and simply hit the login button. And here you can see we are in the login screen. Perfectly fine without any issue. We are in the admin panel. Okay. So it's not like a hard or not like a simple to install a Laravel in your system. You just need some basic things and basic objects like basic server setup. So like from starting from WampServer to Composer, and after that you need a Laravel installed, and then you need to use some defined examples from there. If you can see the starter kit in React, you will see React using insertia, so you can use this as well. And there are some steps that you need to just simply follow, and you can simply install the Laravel on your system. So with this, I guess are good to go. So if you have any question, any issue, any installation regarding questions or any problems that you are facing, you can comment it out. I will try to help you as soon as I can. So just drop a comment if you face any issue, and I will try to create some project in Laravel. I'm thinking about it. So let me just gather the design files so that we can simply start working on the Laravel project. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in the next video.